Hello and welcome. If you are a matriculant who has just received results or A-level candidate awaiting results and you are thinking seriously about your future, this conversation is for you. Today we are going to talk about students who want to become qualified accountants but who are also asking the hard questions like, is university the only route? Is it affordable? How long does it take to complete a university degree and end up being a qualified accountant? And how fast I can start working and earning? In this episode, we will unpack how you can become a fully qualified professional accountant through ACCA and CIMA without going through the traditional university route of spending 3 to 4 years at university and then end up coming back to do articles and then getting to become a qualified accountant. You can do this within 3 years from Matric, and you can also do this while working, earning, and gaining real experience at the same time. So by the end of this discussion or this video, you will clearly understand what ACCA or ACCA is and what CIMA is and how they really work straight after your matric or your A-levels, and how much time and money you can save by following this route, and also how within the 3 years or even earlier you can be fully qualified and industry ready. The first thing that we will talk about is understanding what ACCA and CIMA is. So ACCA, or other people call it ACCA, it stands for the Association of Chartered Certified Accountants, what other people call ACCA, like I said. CIMA stands for the Chartered Institute of Management Accountants, which leads to the CGMA designation. ACCA leads you to the ACCA designation. Both are globally recognized professional accounting bodies, and their qualifications are accepted and recognized throughout the world in more than 170 countries, in Africa, in Europe, in the UK, in the Middle East, in Asia, and in Australia. These are not shortcuts. These are professional qualifications designed specifically to prepare you for real accounting work, not just academic theory. So the key difference from university is this. ACCA and CIMA are designed for people who want to work and qualify at the same time, rather than going through 4 years of university and then after that you go to articles, wasting 7 to 8 years of your time and life. So here is the entry routes after matric or A-levels. So most candidates or most students do not realize this. If you have a matric certificate or A-level certificate, you can enter ACCA or CIMA directly without first doing a 3-year or 4-year university degree. For ACCA, you can start at applied knowledge level, which is one of the lowest levels. You progress through applied skills and finish at the strategic professional level. And if you are doing this structured, which means taking each for a year, you will spend 3 years doing it. But if you are doing it and you are intelligent enough, you can do all these things in even less than 2 years. And in that same period, you will be gaining your experience because you already have applied for training as an accounting trainee or audit trainee with training providers or accounting offices. So they actually take this and they know these routes. You just download and take or go on the ACCA website, download all the training offices registered with ACCA, go to the SICA website and download all the training offices registered there, and CIMA, and apply to each of those ones one by one, sending that you want to do trainee, being a trainee accountant or trainee auditor or whatever you want to do to have your training assigned. And you do this after registering with CIMA or with ACCA, or and then you send that together with the application. So that's what you do at the ACCA. You can do from applied knowledge level to applied skills level and to the final strategic professional level, and then you'll be done. Your experience, if it's signed also within the 3 years, you get your ACCA designation. You are a qualified ACCA and you are a chartered accountant. And nowadays, because all these two bodies have got agreements with other bodies like CICA, if you also want to be a chartered accountant, you just go and write the final exam, the APC, and you can be fine. You can go ahead with your life. But you are already a chartered accountant and you don't need that if that is enough for you. If you have ambitions, then that's okay. Now, for CIMA, you start at operational level, you move to management level, you then finalize with the strategic level, earning the CGMA designation. And if you're also doing this structured, it will take you 3 years. But if you're doing it because you're intelligent and you want to move fast, you'll be done within 2 years. So this means no waiting years before touching professional content like what we do at varsity. Spend 4 years, 3 years of doing theory and stuff with no application, with no real life experience. And only after 4 years, that's when you go to do your training. And then you take 3 years again of training to get signed off. Then from there, that's when you can only qualify if you've passed. If it's CICA, you would have to also pass your board exams during those 3 years. You see that time, it will be like more than 8 years for you to get. Yet with ACCA and CIMA, you can do this within 3 years of finishing your matric, and after that you are becoming qualified chartered accountant, ready to dismantle the industry. So that means no waiting time before touching professional content, no overcrowded lecture halls that like at the universities, no expensive residence fees. You start professional accounting training immediately. And hear me correctly, I'm talking about accountants who want to become registered qualified accountants. Remember, if you just have an accounting degree, you are not a qualified accountant. You are not a qualified accountant unless if you end up going in the industry and maybe getting some experience. But if you are not certified, you are not allowed to even sign financial statements. You're not allowed to audit. You're not allowed to practice even as a tax practitioner or things like that. So you are not a qualified accountant. I'm talking about those ones who want to get in the industry and become a chartered accountant, recognized by a professional body, and can sign off financials, can do audits and things like that. That's what I'm talking about. So if you are not thinking of that, then you can go to university. But if you're thinking of becoming that, then this is the route, another route that I'm telling you. So what about I've talked about working while you study, especially when you choose this route, you can actually start studying them, and then you are also gaining experience because you have registered with a professional training office or an accounting practice firm like your Deloitte and your KPMG and your BDOs and other very many smaller firms and medium firms and larger firms that can take you. So let's talk about working while you study. So this is where ACCA and CIMA really changed the game, because while studying, you can apply for articles or training roles such as accounting trainee or audit trainee. ACCA is also allowed to. You are also allowed to become a registered auditor via IRBA once you finish, just like CA route. So you get the same level of respect, level of recognition when you follow this. So you can choose what you want to be in terms of your training. So either you want to be an audit trainee, accounting trainee, a finance assistant, an accounting clerk, management accounting trainee, or an audit trainee. Like I said, these roles exist in accounting firms and in corporates like Standard Bank and other banks, in NGOs, some of them, and other multinationals. They are also there. So as you work, you are earning a salary, you are gaining practical experience, you are getting your experience signed off, and within 3 years you'll be done if you've been sailing well. So ACCA practical experience requirement for you to become a member after passing all your exams, it requires 36 months, which means 3 years of relevant experience. And then this experience can be completed while you are studying. So that's the good thing. That's why I'm saying within 3 years. So CIMA practical experience requirement as well also requires 36 months, which is 3 years, and can be completed concurrently while you are studying and working. So this means by the time you finish your exams within 3 years, you would have also have experience done and signed off. So no waiting, no delays, no finishing a degree first and then coming back to gain experience. your peers will be 3 years ahead of you or more years ahead of you, depending on how long it will take you again at the university, because you can still fail there. Now, what about the time and cost comparison with university? So let's talk reality here. Traditional university route will take you 3 years to complete the undergrad degree and another 1 year to complete the honors or postgrad degree. And then from there, you get to go and find 3 years articles with an accounting firm or an audit firm. That's already 7 to 8 years. And then you still need to complete that course or training. And then if you are doing CIMA, for example, you would need to also pass board 1 and board 2 during that period, or what you call ITC and APC. That's what they are being called now. So you still need to pass there. If you don't pass, it can even take longer to pass and to become a accountant via CIMA. So ACCA and CIMA routes start immediately after Matric or A-level, and you don't have to go through varsity like I just explained. You start while you are working. So it means you're getting the 3 years, and you're also getting your exams done at the same time. So experience and exams being done at the same time. Now you complete the exams in 3 years or less, your experience is done at the same time. And then you submit your application, and your experience, it gets signed off. You become a CCA or you become a CGMA, depending on what you choose. So you save years of time, hundreds, thousands of rands in fees, avoid student debt, and enter the job market earlier and stronger. So instead of being a graduate with no experience, you become a qualified professional accountant, a qualified chartered accountant with real work experience, and you are steps ahead and years ahead of your peers. So qualification and designation that you get after doing this. So like I already said, once you complete all your required exams, your practical experience and the ethics requirements, which are things that you submit on the last thing when you're done, when you submit your membership application. So you earn your designations. For ACCA, as an ACCA member or a CCA member, you become a chartered certified accountant. Or for CIMA, as a CGMA member, or as a CIMA member, you become a CGMA, you get a CGMA designation, which means you become a Chartered Global Management Accountant. These are all chartered bodies, Royal Chartered in the UK, and recognized as chartered accountants throughout the world. So at this point, you are a qualified accountant. You are internationally recognized. You are employable across industries. You are no longer starting out. You are entering in the industry as an experienced professional. So you are way ahead of your peers who are coming out of university after 4 years. You are coming as a qualified chartered accountant. They are coming with a degree after 4 years, and they have to also go for another 4 to 3 years, 3 years to 4 years of experience. And you are the one now to train them when they come to your accounting firms and to these industries, and they see you there, and you have to train them still. So what you can get as a CGMA or as an ACCA member or a qualified professional. So with ACCA or CIMA, you can work as a financial accountant and rise to the ranks, a management accountant and rise to the ranks, business analyst, a finance business partner, a finance manager, internal auditor, an external auditor, a consultant, a CFO, obviously in the long term, and you are not limited to one country, as these are recognized throughout 170 plus countries. So these qualifications are portable, flexible, and future focused. So if you are a Matric or A-level candidate who wants a faster route into accounting, who wants to work while studying and earning money, and you come from different backgrounds, so this would be a good thing for somebody, and wants to reduce costs, wants a real practical skills, then ACCA or CIMA is not an alternative only for you. It is actually a strategic advantage for you. This is about working smart, not just hard. Your future does not start after university. It has been a lie, and we are deciphering, and we are actually countering it now. You can start now, you can start today, and thank you for listening. You're welcome.